What's up? In this video, I'm gonna be going over key workouts that get neglected, whether or not you actually have to work out for more than 2 hours, and what are some key things to avoid in your normal diet. What's up? My name is Matthew Walters, and if you don't know me already, I'm a health coach who helps people build healthy habits so that they can live the lives that they want to live. In this video, I'm going to be going over a few different Q&A questions that I've been asked, and hopefully it helps you out if you're in the same situation or kind of considering what to do, or if you got some of the same questions. So please enjoy. First question is, what are key workouts that are often neglected? For this question, I would probably say the first thing that comes to mind is, people skipping leg day. Everybody's all about that upper body, but when it comes to legs, people maybe skip out. Or maybe you're in the opposite boat. Maybe you like to do lower body, but skip out on the upper body. So I would probably say people are going to neglect things that either they don't like to do or that might be a little bit more difficult to do, right? Like, we like the easy things, we like things that are kind of straightforward and that we gravitate towards, that we enjoy, right? And that's totally normal. The other biggest thing that I think gets neglected a lot is going to be training things that are good for our health, right? Like, we like to do all of the things that are flashy, fancy, that makes us look good on social media or that we can brag about, right? So some of the things that are more so flashy and performance related are, again, what we're going to be gravitating towards, versus maybe something like, working our middle to lower trap fibers, or working our rotator cuff muscles, or working our glute med or our glutes, right? These are some of the things that are more health related, good for our health, and not necessarily the most flashy things all the time. Yeah, other than that, I would probably say things that are often neglected, right? Grip strength is, I would say, seriously underworked. Like, a lot of times people even go to using straps instead of just working to improve grip strength. Foot muscles, severely underworked a lot of the times, especially if you're somebody with like flat feet, or you wear a lot of running shoes, you're not barefoot a lot. Any kind of stabilization muscles, so whether that's core stability muscles, so like improving the endurance rather than the strength of these muscles, working on higher rep ranges or isometric reps. These kind of rep styles also get neglected. So building endurance and stability around joints, I'd say. So foot muscles, grip strength, shoulder stability, so rotator cuff muscles, hip stability, so your glute med, glute max, and abdominal stability or spine stability. So your lateral, transverse, and frontal planes, right? Your front core, side core, back core. All right. Those are the 5 probably things that I would make sure you focus on. All right. Question number 2 is, do you have to work out 2 hours a day in order to see results? Right away, I would say no, you definitely don't. It's your choice. Work out however long you have or however long you want to work out for. You don't have to work out for 2 hours. But that being said, it depends on the type of work that you're doing. If it's a strength-based workout that requires longer rest times, maybe that pushes past that hour mark. If you're an endurance athlete and your event is longer than 2 hours and you kind of have to train and get a sense of what that feels like past that 2 hour range, then you'd want to maybe experience that before competition, right? So it could be strength training, it could be endurance training, it could be maybe you are doing a lot of mobility, right? Or a lot of stretching. It really comes down to what you're doing in that time frame and how long you have or how long you actually want to be training for. You can definitely get a fantastic workout done in 5 or 10 minutes versus 45 to an hour, right? So it comes down to how much time you have, how much time you want to spend, and then what you're actually doing in that time frame, and maybe your goals. All right, so the last question for today is going to be, what do I have to watch out for? What do I have to watch out for in a diet / regular eating and what to avoid. Is that right? I think basically what to avoid. Is there anything specific to avoid in diet or regular eating? So the biggest thing that I would say to look out for in your regular eating routine or your diet, again, it probably comes down to your specific goals, and then you can give a more specific answer to your situation. But the biggest thing I see that are in tons of foods these days is just excess sugars, excess fillers, and a whole bunch of different chemicals and preservatives. If there's one thing that I would suggest to avoid, it would be those, just because they get in there without you even really realizing. You could be eating I don't know, pickles, right? Like we were going to the grocery store and we're picking up pickles. You look in the pickle jar, you expect it just to be like pickles, water, and like the brine or whatever, but there's like 3 or 4 different other chemicals in there that, why am I going to put this in my body? Picked up some oatmeal packs the other day, just as like a sweet, nice little healthy sort of snack, not too much extra sugar or anything like that. But if you look at the ingredients here, you got your whole grain rolled oats, and then the second ingredient is straight sugar, right? So it's like these things that you pick up, if you take a look at the ingredients on the back, and at the top of the list is just some kind of sugar or filler or something like that, then that's just extra sugar for like no apparent reason. Sure, it adds flavor, but what else is it really doing? So that's kind of the biggest thing that I would say, is just take a look at what you're putting in, or what is actually in your regular diet. Take a look at the ingredients on things before consuming them, and just being aware of what you're actually putting in is going to be very helpful. Other than that, if it comes down to like specific things to avoid, then that's just really dependent on your goals, your preferences, maybe your allergies or your sensitivities. I wouldn't necessarily say there's anything specific to avoid other than artificial fillers and artificial sweeteners, artificial preservatives. Keep it as simple and as natural and as whole foods as possible. That's it. Maybe you notice that your washroom breaks are not the greatest thing after you have dairy or after you have a whole bunch of bread. You just notice your GI tract, or you get some kind of bloating or something like that. Like, these are maybe signs that you should start avoiding things. Otherwise, I would say it comes down to avoiding excess fillers, excess sweeteners, artificial fillers, artificial sweeteners, and things of that nature. All right, thank you for watching, if you're watching this, and hopefully some of these questions were helpful for you. Otherwise, I'm going to be trying to answer questions a little bit more frequently and putting them up here for everybody. Hopefully they help out. If you have any questions specifically about health, about fitness, about rehabilitation, I'm taking questions. So if you want your question answered, you have something that's been bugging you, you've been questioning, everybody says something different, and you just want a straight up answer and you want to keep it simple, let me know in the comments and I will do my best to put it in an upcoming video for you. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.